Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the War Train here, and in today's video, I can't wait to show you guys the Overcrowded Game Room tour. Now, it's been quite a while since my last Game Room video. I want to say it was in early 2020, and for those of you that have followed my channel, with all those pickup videos I've done, you know, all that stuff has to go somewhere. Well, it's been kind of piling up, quite literally, and you're gonna see that. And you're gonna see why I am in desperate need of shelving and an overhaul. It is definitely time. This is something that I've been thinking about doing for quite a while, but I've kind of reached a point where I don't really have a choice because I don't have any room to put stuff. You know, it's a problem when you get new things and you literally got to move a whole section of your game room just to add an item or just a couple items to it. And I know there's some of you out there that have this exact same problem because I've talked to you. So if you guys are new to the channel and you're not already subscribed, think about subscribing. And if you enjoy this video and you have an overcrowded game room just like me, please give it a thumbs up. With that said, guys, let's check out the overcrowded game room. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you the area that you normally see when I make videos up close. So as you can see, I got my arcade 1-ups here, and they are actually behind this couch, just kind of floating there. Because I don't really have room, because as you can see, this whole long wall is all closet space. And that basically just ruins a ton of room that I could actually have stuff laid out, but it is necessary being that this is a basement and that I do have, you know, stuff stored in there, and I have my do my laundry out of there. So as you can see, I have stuff just piled up on top of one another. So down here on the floor, you're gonna see, you know, an Xbox carrying case for your original Xbox, you know, one of these little Atari flashbacks that I picked up at a thrift store for a couple bucks, a Game Boy case for a Game Boy Advance, and a bunch of Switch boxes, NES boxes, NES games. You see one of those games is missing. I actually have it in my NES right now, but you see controllers, books, games back there, amiibos. There is just some of everything. And now this is some of my only shelving, honestly, and you know, I really need to get more. This is something that I've been planning on doing for years. I just kind of put it off because I just kept buying games. So as you can see, this is primarily where I have my GameCube collection, which is buried behind some stuff, even though I do move it to get the games out. Now you wouldn't even know it, behind the Nintendo down here, this Nintendo box is actually a Wii collection, a pretty significant collection, and has a lot of my games in there. The ones that I really want to play anyway. So I'll move a couple of these boxes. I know it's a little bit dark here, but sorry about that. So as you can see, I got more than just Wii games down here. I actually have PlayStation 2 games, more GameCube games, PlayStation 1 games, just a bunch of stuff. The Wii games are actually packed across the back, so if I want to get one of those games out, I actually have to move a bunch of stuff. As you can see, I got a top loader with just stuff on it. You know, some arcade or Star Wars limited run games. You know, Panzer Dragoon, the classic edition, my Metroid Fusion. You know, some Castlevania and Zelda stuff. Just a mix of everything. And a ton of Zelda or Tetris stuff here, with a bunch of Zelda books and Nintendo stuff behind it, Nintendo books. Definitely love my gaming literature. As you can see down here, I got some more stuff just kind of buried there. Art of Atari, Smash Brothers manual, Super Mario 30th anniversary, Red Dead Redemption 2, strategy guide, God of War, and so on. Just a lot of cool stuff, just kind of buried because I'm out of space. Now, I do, like I said, plan on getting more shelving, and this is definitely a problem that I have. So, as you can see, Right here I have two Atari 2600s, one a Atari branded one and the other one Telegames, which you would have got at Sears. I picked those up in a thrift store a while back. They're in excellent condition, and I got them for a fair price. Not a good like steal or anything, but fair. My original Xbox, a Wii, a GameCube, a VHS player, and one of my CRT TVs. And I got some Switch stuff stacked on there, the Mario Kart Home Live characters there, just to give it a little bit of a look. And we got Ryu there, just chilling, throwing a Hadouken. So as you can see, I've got all kinds of different stuff kind of everywhere. So right back here, kind of hidden in the corner, if you can see that. I know it's kind of dark, but I actually have a Neo Geo X. This is a handheld that basically docks basically the Switch before the Switch, and here is the control stick. I actually got this from 8-Bit Glitch 79. Thanks again, Sean, for hooking me up with that. You know, but I actually have the handheld part in a different area. So as you can see, I have a huge pile of just stuff. Then this is what I say, it looks like a GameStop just puked everywhere. So I got my Yarn Yoshis, you know, the Mega Yarn Yoshi, was looking for that for a while, finally got that. Him and his boy Poochie here, which I think is a really cool amiibo. I wish I would have picked him up when I first seen it, because it became quite pricey later. And back here stacked up, as you can see, I've got just a bunch of different stuff. The Cheese Wedge version of the 2DS, the Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D version of that, something I wanted for a while. And I got some Zelda controllers for Switch and the Wii U, Super Nintendo Online for the Switch Online service. And hidden back there, I got two Switch lights. I have both of the Pokemon Switch lights back there, and just some random Metroid stuff, a couple Wii U games, Devil's Third and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Devil's Third, one I recently picked up, definitely a pricey game that I definitely had to, you know, pay quite a bit for, but I did actually get a fair price on it considering what the price was going for at the time. And right here, another CRT that you guys will see in the video, and on top of it I have the PlayStation Classic box with this cool little PlayStation Classic standee that I got from my buddies at my local GameStop. I actually waited quite a while for this. They told me that, you know, when they were done selling them, that they would hook me up with it. And they definitely kept their word on it, because here it sits. And I had to just, you know, throw Cloud from Smash Brothers there just to kind of bring in that PlayStation aesthetic. And behind it, just got some random amiibos. And you're going to see there is tons and tons of amiibos around my game room. This is actually the pre-order poster I got when I got Smash Brothers Ultimate from GameStop. And this big Luigi's Mansion 3 poster, which I absolutely love, was another one that was given to me by my good buddies at my local GameStop. And I had a bare spot in my videos here with this shelf that's here. So I had these Castlevania figures, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna throw them up there. That way I had a place to even put them. So I got, you know, the 3 that they were selling. I don't know if there's any more, but these are really cool. The show, really awesome. I do definitely love the Castlevania franchise. And on top of this bookshelf, you can see I got some arcade stuff. The quarter-inch scale of Pac-Man and Galaga made by Numbskull. These are pretty cool little units. They're definitely a lot of fun, but you know, they do a great job. But it's kind of one of those things. I do play on them sometimes, but I don't want to wear out the sticks and the buttons, because I guarantee you, they're probably really hard to replace, as far as getting them anyway. And then I have, a bunch of these little plug and play Namco things made by like Jack Specific or whatever. This one I think is As Seen on TV or whatever. These things I just thought were cool, so as I seen them, I just picked them up. I have a couple over here on my TV as well. They're just really neat, and they are cool to just plug in and play occasionally. And we got the Nintendo Labo up there. I built that blaster gun that came with the VR kit. There's the VR glasses up there. Really, really cool. I only got the one with just the blaster and the VR glasses. And, honestly, that was a decent amount of fun. And I didn't know where to put it, so there it sits. And we got some Shovel Knight up there. Just more amiibos. Like I said, you're going to see a lot of amiibos here. So, down underneath this other CRT, I have more game systems here. And I got a bunch of NES titles. Now, they're hard to see because of the way that they're kind of packed underneath this TV. But there's 3 rows back there, and there's a row in front of another one, which is hard to see. And that's, including the ones that I actually have down over there on the floor. Those are all my actual NES cartridges, which I have this one right here, the original toaster model, the one that I had as a kid. So definitely, the one that I like to play on. And I got a PS2 kind of slammed in there. That thing's so slim, it just fits in there perfect. And I have this clone console, which is not very good, 8-bit, it's like, I don't know, it says G 8-bit, I forget what brand it is. It wasn't very good. It doesn't work very great. The springs get bent very, very easy, so it's kind of disappointing. But there it sits. Got the C64 Mini down here, and a couple of the zapper guns or whatever, which are always cool to have. And I got my N64 hooked up to this TV up on the floor, which I have Smash Brothers, the original one, hooked up to that, and I usually keep that game in there. Sometimes me and my son come over here, sit on the floor, and actually play. Just like old times when I was a kid playing on the floor. So I don't mind that, even though I would like to get these off the floor. And that's another thing I need to do. So over here I got another CRT, and that's what I have my NES hooked up to. As you can see, Super Mario Brothers 3 I have in right now. Just such a great game. But I also have a Sega Saturn hooked up to it that I got from my good buddy Zach from Iowa Retro Gamer Dad. Zach's a really good dude. Hooked me up with this when he was looking at getting rid of some of his stuff, because I think he, kind of maxed out as far as space at one point and kind of got rid of some stuff. And on top here I have this little car I actually got from the thrift store. It's actually a not a transformer, but a GoBot. So I thought that was cool. It's actually a little radio. So I just left that on there because it just screams, 80s when I was a kid. So more amiibos here, just an absolute ton in this little corner. I use my Arcade 1-Up boxes as shelves, which is absolutely horrible. My wife absolutely hates that. She desperately wants to get into this closet. Yes, there is a closet back there that you literally have to move a ton of stuff to get to. And there's going to be a theme of that here. And as you can see, I got a Wii U box on top of it with just stuff piled in front of one another. I mean, some things you literally can't even see. But there are a bunch of new Smash Brothers amiibos and a bunch on top there, all the way pretty much close to the ceiling. And just, some other random stuff. This is actually where my router is. And my modem. I have my modem covered by a cappy hat, and my router's got these, Mario hard hats or whatever on it from GameStop when Super Mario Maker 2 actually came out. Now I do have them all stacked on top of one another, but there's 2 Mario ones and 2 Luigi ones there. Those were pretty cool. You know, just a little thing GameStop did when the game first came out. And I got this from GameStop, this big Mario Kart 8 Deluxe box. Something that they would have had at the store just for, you know, commercials use, just to sell the game. Definitely really cool, and they did hook me up with that a long time ago when the Switch first came out, so I thought that was really cool. Got some random Jack-specific characters. Mario here from Super Mario Odyssey, 2 different figures there. And then basically stacked up from the floor up, you're going to see a bunch of stuff. Now, I do have The Last of Us 2 Collector's Edition, Ghost of Tsushima Tech Collector's Edition, Mario Kart Home Live, Mario and Luigi, and an Xbox Series Xbox stacked with Halo, Master Chief, and the Sega Saturn controller box, all stacked up one on top of the other. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy, and this just shows you I just don't have enough stuff to put things on, and I'm out of space. And all the Starlink stuff I have stacked one in front of the other, literally like a store, and all that stuff is even stacked behind, you know, there. Because I do have Starlink for each system. I have 2 of each console, because those things, if you remember, they went super cheap, down to like $5 and $10 for the starter kits. So I definitely had to pick a bunch of those up when they were dirt cheap, and the extra ships and the characters and the weapon packs, which is really, really cool. So as you can see here on the other side, just more of the weapons packs here on the floor. And you got the Jin Sakai pop figure. Now, I do not really collect pops. I do have some, but, you know, it's another thing that I don't have the space for. That's why I never really got into those. And there's just too damn many of them things anyway. But behind this, if you've seen all this stuff just kind of stacked there, that's actually all the posters that I've gotten over the years from, you know, just pre-ordering games, or from my local GameStop, them giving me just different stuff. There's actually some really, really cool stuff in there. One I really want to get up on one of the walls is for Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, the remake. It looks absolutely awesome. Just like this Final Fantasy 7 remake one here on the door that I got from my local GameStop. Now, moving into the part of the room that you don't see in the video, the one wall, which is my staircase where it comes down, is the wall of Zelda amiibos. Now, I basically have every Legend of Zelda amiibo that they made on this wall, minus the newest one that came out, which I do have 2 of them. I just haven't integrated one into that wall yet. Now, I don't have anything else under it because there is a heater right there that I did install. So I didn't want anything to, you know, burn up or dry out or whatever. It already makes me a little nervous having all these amiibos in the box above it, because the glue could possibly dry out over time, and the cardboard. But, you know, I don't really have anywhere better to put them. So for now, that's where they've been, and they've been there for quite a while. And right here on the bottom of the stairs here, off to the side, is a little mini fridge. I had a power surge at my house, and it actually took out my fridge. It took out the circuit board. I figured out what was wrong. I ordered the part to fix it myself, and I wasn't able to get it for about a week and a half. So in the meantime, I actually ran out, bought a mini fridge, so at least I could keep a couple things cold. So I fixed my fridge when I got the part, and now here's the mini fridge. I could, you know, hook this up and have cold drinks down here. Maybe at some point I'll do that, but really at this point I don't really have a need to have this thing running. So for now I just have things kind of stacked on it. And, you know, this little Mario Kart thing here that actually had, like, I want to say there was like blind bags there. I actually have a ton of just Joy-Cons in there. Now, these are just extras or ones that have Joy-Con drift. I have, God, probably, I'd say at least 8 or more in there. I mean, there is a lot. This whole thing is pretty much filled with different colors. I want to say most of those I have to fix. And then just some more amiibos with some PlayStation 5 stuff, a sealed PlayStation 5 controller. Just haven't got around to opening this one yet. When I have a need for another controller, I will open this one up. But right now I do just have 2 of the white ones that I do use. So this is the reason why I need shelving, and the most majorest reason here. Just the games stacked on top of one another. This is a problem, but I do not have anywhere to put these. I just, you know, instead of having them just stacked up, you know, one on top of the other, they're kind of still stacked one on top of the other, but at least, you know, side to side. You know, obviously I didn't want to stack this too high. I don't like having pressure on games. You know, that's why basically I have like older Xbox and Xbox 360 pretty much at the bottom, and you know, move Switch kind of like midway up, because there is quite a bit of valuable games for the Nintendo Switch, and I didn't want them to get crushed, or the actual box to just get all bent up. Even though I do have replacements, but not for all of those. And for the more valuable games, I actually took them out of there. Because I didn't want to stack them like that. And as you can see here on this shelf, there is Nintendo Switch games stacked one in front of the other, and pretty much everything on this shelf is stacked up, just pretty much slam full of stuff. You know, like, well, I'll show you the kind of the side here. Like, as you can see, it's just pretty much all the way up, except for the very top. The Vita's just a row kind of in the front. And then I have just some other stuff kind of stacked on top, but stacked really, really, really high. So I got the Zelda, new Nintendo 2DS XL, which is one of my favorite looking consoles. I think this thing looks absolutely awesome. I wish the Nintendo Switch had a Zelda, you know, special edition. That would definitely be a day one pickup for me. But just some random stuff, the Neo Geo Mini here, and just some, you know, Mega Man, the Mega Man Legacy Collection with the gold amiibo in there, and the Mega Man 11 with the other Mega Man amiibo. And just a wall of just a whole bunch of different amiibos just kind of stacked up there. Like I said, you're going to see them kind of everywhere. I don't really know where to put these things. That's why I did start hanging them on the wall quite a while ago. So right here you can see my 75-inch 4K TV, and my entertainment center down below it is got just a bunch of other gaming stuff on there. Just some consoles and just some little characters and stuff, more amiibos. I got a couple of those characters from Mario Rabbids. I absolutely love that game. I wish I could have got all these characters, but you know, I couldn't find all of them when they were in stores. But just some random stuff, a bunch of sealed Switch controllers, a sealed NES and Super NES Classic. I do have another one of each that I actually do have out. As you can see, there's the other ones there, and that's pretty much most of my mini consoles, all just kind of set in there. So if I want to play one, I just hook it up. That's one thing with all these different systems. There's just so many damn cables, and as you can see, it's kind of a stash of cables down there. And all underneath there I have just different cables for different systems. And this is primarily where I keep my handhelds, just because I charge them right underneath there. I got most of them in cases, not all of them though, but you know, it's definitely a good place for me to just walk over and grab one, especially if I'm out the door. They're all pretty much in one spot. I do have a couple of the older ones, Game Boy and Game Boy Color, in another location, but I don't really use those too much anymore. Pretty much we'll just either play on the Game Boy Advance if I want to play original Game Boy or Game Boy Color, you know, or maybe I'll emulate it or whatever. So as you can see, just a bunch of consoles, doubles, triples of certain consoles. We got Xbox, Xbox 360, well, pretty much Xbox 360 over here, and Xbox Series X. I do have an Xbox One X, which I actually have upstairs in my house, as well as my PlayStation 4 Pro. Once I got the PS5 and the Series X, I pretty much moved my PlayStation 4 and Xbox One stuff, you know, up through my house to use with my family and stuff. But I primarily play down here on these. And as you can see, just a ton of just games and systems in this area. This is where I have my Legend of Zelda stuff, most of it anyway. You know, I do really want to display this way different. I hate having these games stacked on top of each other, but I have no way else to kind of display them at the moment. So that's important to me, to get all my Zelda stuff in one area at some point, because, you know, this is, you know, some of my favorite stuff in my collection, and there's some of the priciest games in my collection, and I hate to have them just stacked like that. You know, just like over here, I just have more Zelda stuff just kind of stacked. And this is where the problem lies. I'll back up so you guys can kind of see the train wreck here. I mean, just look at all that stuff. I have nowhere to put it. I just really don't know what to do with it. So I just kind of have stuff stacked all up in this spot. This is pretty much when I started getting more and more stuff and I didn't know what to do with it. It started kind of going in this area. You know, it was just temporary at first, but then it became sort of more permanent. And my wife gets pissed because she can't get into that closet right there without moving all of that stuff. And man, that is not fun. Let me tell you, I've done it a few times. And as you can see here on this light stand, just more Zelda stuff kind of stacked, you know, without a real rhyme or reason. Don't have nowhere to put it. And underneath, I do utilize this thing, I think, pretty well. You know, you'll see behind this controller box, that's all controllers, just stacked all the way back, of just different consoles, because I do play on my systems a lot, and I do play a lot of different systems. So I'm constantly grabbing different controllers and stuff, and you know, that's what I can figure out as far as kind of keeping them like sort of out of sight. And underneath here, once I move these consoles, move this, but I have you know, a brand new carrying case for a Super NES Classic and an NES Classic, and then I have a bag. It's hard to see, but that bag is just filled with cables and power adapters and stuff for the different consoles that I don't already have out, or just for like doubles or triples of a system. Because, you know, as you're seeing, I have a bunch of extras of each console that I've gotten through the years. Either, you know, people have just given them to me, or I got them really cheap at a local thrift store and I couldn't turn down the deal. So I got a couple 360s right there, a couple different models. Then I have two PlayStation 3s right there. Actually, there's another one back around this side, if you can see that, and one over here that's actually hooked up. And I've got a couple Wii U's actually just right here, just stacked next to each other doing nothing. And on my CRT, I actually have a Wii U hooked up, and I have a Wii hooked up and a Wii U. And as you see here, I have another Wii U hooked up, if you can see it back there, kind of hiding under that shelf. And behind my PlayStation 5, I have a PS1 stacked on 2 PS2 Fats. So one of those PlayStation 2 Fats I do use. I have memory cards and stuff in it right now. But if I want to play it, I just pull it out of there and just set it on the floor and play. So as you can see, I got the analog Super NT Mini there with the wireless controllers for it, along with the NES online Switch Nintendo controllers that just snap on like Joy-Cons to charge, and a bunch of games. Now, I don't think you can really see that back there, but underneath I actually have Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and some Nintendo 64 games kind of stashed behind the Super NT Mini. And right here, as you can see, I do have Super Nintendo and N64 games. Now, you probably, I don't know if the camera even picks it up, but they do go back for quite a ways. I don't have a ton of those games, but I'd say if I had to guess, probably have somewhere around 35, 40-ish of each. And some Game Boy games here that I have in these little plastic sleeves. We got a GameCube just sitting there, and I got a GameCube right here with my analog, or not my analog, my the adapter that basically upconverts it into 480p. It's really freaking nice. Definitely love that thing. I can't think of the name of it right now. It's GCHD, so GameCube HD basically, but thing's really nice. With the GameCube or Game Boy player underneath, that one is the one that I actually would play Game Boy games or Game Boy Advance on the TV. And as you can see, I got an N64, the green one, the jungle green one on top. You know, obviously not hooked up, but all I got to do is take it off here just to hook it up. And I do have the same thing like the GameCube, but I have the N64 version, that adapter on the back. That's to basically get a better resolution, and it converts it through an HDMI cable. And I got my little Legend of Zelda Master Sword here, which really cool. And just some of my, you know, really great games that I really like on this wall, just kind of displayed there. But yeah, this is pretty much the most of the mess here, guys. Is like I said, all this stuff stacked on the floor. A ton of Animal Crossing stuff here on the top. I got these amiibos for really cheap. I want to say most of these amiibos I got for $2 or $3 a piece. When GameStop was literally like clearancing them out, probably about maybe 4 months before the game came out, I was just snatching them up for dirt cheap. I wasn't even planning on getting them, and then I was like, you know what, for that cheap I'll buy all of them, you know. So I believe I'm only missing like one of the actual amiibos for Animal Crossing, which is Timmy and Tom. But I have the Wii U big box of Amiibo Festival with the 3-pack stacked on top. My girl's a huge fan of Animal Crossing, and my kids. The Animal Crossing Nintendo Switch, you know, and the Mario 35th anniversary Nintendo Switch, both in, you know, plastic protectors, just kind of stacked there. You know, most of the stuff I do have stacked, or I do have stacked with plastic around it. Not all of it, but I'm trying to get most of my stuff in plastic protectors. Like all these Zelda Wii U big boxes are all in plastic protectors. And it's hard to see, but I actually have two Legend of Zelda Wii U's back here. You know, kind of sucks. I got stuff stacked on them, but you know, this one here in the front is open. It is complete and in very good condition. Now the one in the back has never been opened. That one is in like damn near mint condition, and I do have a big plastic protector over that whole box. That's why I don't mind having all that stuff kind of stacked on it, because it is being protected. This I definitely need to get into a protector. That's something I need to do here very, very soon. You know, because that is just an awesome looking box, and I don't want it to get all messed up. And same thing here with the Hyrule's Warriors Age of Calamity treasure box that I had shipped here from Japan. That thing I definitely need to get a big plastic protector for. That and Xenoblade Chronicles, the definitive edition, that's another one down there. And the Shantae, if you can barely see it, but the Shantae game there, I also need to get that protector as well, because this stuff here, almost all of that stuff I do have in plastic protectors. And of course the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Master Edition, I got that in one as well. So looking, you know, towards the wall with the closet doors, more Zelda stuff on this wall. Got the Skull Kid there, and just, you know, some link, bunch of different links in that photo, and some different like Toon Link kind of amiibos there, and this Breath of the Wild picture that my daughter got me. Actually, she got me a lot of these. She got me that one, and she got me this It's Dangerous to Go Alone. Take this one, and these little ones right here. So I thought that was really cool, so I had to put them all up down here. So here's kind of looking from across this corner here. So I'll show you the back here, and this is, you know, this is where I actually I sit right here on the couch, and here's basically where I put my controllers in this World of Nintendo little thing that, you know, merchandise would have sat in, plushies or whatever, and that's where I just have stacked controllers and just different remotes and stuff. But mostly controllers are the stuff that I'm playing at the moment. And, you know, in between the closet doors here, I have basically a bunch of Pokemon amiibos here. Not all of them that I have, but just a bunch of them on the wall. Yeah, I just love what Nintendo does with the amiibos. I don't know how much longer they'll make them, but I try to get all the new ones that come out, and, you know, eventually I'll try to get all the older ones that I missed, because at this point I almost might as well try to get almost all of them, or all of them, because I have quite a few. So here in the back corner, some more stuff just stacked on top of each other. You know, PS5 box here, right in front of the Ninja Turtles Arcade 1-Up box, with just a bunch of stuff stacked. Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light 30th Anniversary Collector's Edition, the Shantae Game Boy Color from Limited Run, the not Castlevania, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2, just the Classic Edition. I love the artwork on that box, one of my favorites. And the Astro City Mini with the controller there, which that's actually the one I got from Limited Run, which is the English boxed release. They only made a certain amount of those. It wasn't many. It was definitely not easy to get that. But here, just some odd stuff. Wii Fit Plus with some. That one is actually like new in the box, and then just some random stuff. Star Wars here. Wii Fit Trainer kind of hiding there, and actually a bunch of Limited Run cards, stack of just cards I've gotten with the games. This one on top here is for Double Dragon Neon. Those are really, really cool, but I don't know what to do with them. So for right now they just sit there. Definitely like these basically repros from limited run that they put in these you know, card backs or whatever. Really nice looking cartridges for the NES and the N64. You got Black Sad for the Nintendo Switch limited edition, and the Sikyo Shooting Stars collection, the Bravo and Alpha, which are awesome collections. Just have them displayed because they're just killer games. And the Nintendo Switch's Ring Fit, which actually sold quite a bit and really is a pretty fun, you know, kind of unique fitness game, I guess. It's definitely different, but you can definitely have fun, you know, even if you're not wanting to work out, just to kind of play a game that's a little different and has physical attributes. It's not bad. And you know, the Mario Odyssey amiibos up there. I basically bought doubles of these when the game first came out. I got you know, kept the three in the box, and the other 3 I opened and used them to scan into the game. So up here on top of the shelf, just a bunch of random controllers, a bunch of Joy-Con boxes that I've, you know, just from different Joy-Cons that I got, NES Classic controllers, and you know, SNES Classic controllers that I got that were third party. Just cool boxes that I threw up there. Wii Fit Trainer up top there. And behind all that stuff is actually the Farpoint bundle for the PlayStation VR. That's what I have all that stuff stacked on. That actually came with the gun and is really fun VR game, especially when you do multiplayer with your friend in co-op mode. It's absolutely awesome. But got some Neo Geo mini controllers there. And then under that, God of War Collector's Edition. So cool, I had to take it out of the box. One of my favorite games, and just came with a lot of cool stuff. And I also had to throw the Death Stranding there, the Steelbook that actually came in the Collector's Edition, just because it kind of matched with the whole dark theme there. But absolutely love, you know, what you got in this collector's edition. The little figures, the ring in the back there, which is pretty cool. These little, you know, toy figures and stuff, and just that awesome, you know, statue of Kratos and his son, just looking awesome, just hacking some heads off and stuff. And you got this dude, the head that Kratos wears on his waist. Mimir, the smartest man alive. Pretty cool. And this dude actually talks. Let's see. All right, maybe he ain't talking no more. Alright, so I guess he don't talk no more. But he used to say Mimir, the smartest man alive. So yeah, I guess that don't work no more. So I guess it's staying like that. Just a cool looking keychain. But down here, just more amiibos, a ton of them. And just more amiibos and some Mario Pez dispensers that I got. And just some random boxes from different consoles and stuff. An empty NES Classic Edition. We got the Mario 30th Anniversary Amiibo, which is crazy because we just had the 35th anniversary last year. So that's already a dated thing, but still really cool. And I also have the Mario Brothers 35th Anniversary pin set here. Now this is what you would have got through, you know, doing Nintendo's rewards. There was 2 different times that you could get these. The smaller one in the front is from the first, and the bigger one in the back is the second. But these were really cool, and I definitely wanted to have these in my collection. So I have, you know, all the sets, which are awesome. And I did find out that GameStop, the managers, my good friend Dan, he has all of these pins in just one awesome looking box. I was like, oh, that is killer. You know, I guess it was just something they gave out to like certain people or GameStop manager from across the different stores. But man, that thing is awesome, and I really wish I had them in that box. But still, I'm really happy to just have those. You see that Luke Goblin right there, which is really, really cool. That amiibo. Definitely unique as far as the packaging, with a little Ganondorf on top. And down here I got the Sega Genesis mini poster that I got from my good friends at GameStop, with a Sega Genesis 6-button pad that I got for my mini, since it just came with the 3-button controller. That's actually an empty box for the classic. I do have another one of those, you know, where I had like the stuff in my video with like the Nintendo 2DS, the cheese wedge version, the Zelda one. I had it stacked with that stuff, with like Breath of the Wild and Devil's Third. It was in that stack. I actually had a brand new sealed one. But that one is actually just an empty box with an original Sega Genesis console and some complete or just boxed Sega Genesis games. Now, I don't have a lot of Sega Genesis games. I, you know, hope to grow that collection in time. But yeah, right now, as far as you know, boxed or complete copies, that's all I have, is just those right there, which is definitely not many. And now we got my computer area here where I edit the videos and stuff. Right above it, I do have this big Breath of the Wild, you know, poster or whatever you want to call it, which is really, really cool. That's why I put it above my computer. Just one of my favorite games, and I just think some awesome artwork. And you can see all the Zelda characters on my computer here. And I got a bunch of Doom stuff around it. You know, just different Doom characters here. These McFarlane figures. And Doom 3 VR sealed copy just sitting there, with the Doom Eternal lunchbox you got for pre-ordering the game. And little Doom Eternal standee here, which is pretty cool, that I also got from GameStop. As you can see, it kind of is like stands out, so that's really cool. It's got like a metallic sheen to it. So my computer's definitely nothing spectacular, but it definitely does the job. And as you can see, I got a big bag just full of like more cables and just different stuff, and just some boxes of different stuff that I haven't figured out what to do with yet. But I do have this big box that's stacked up there. That's actually a big 2-player fight stick, which is pretty awesome. I just left it in the box because I didn't know what to do with it. And as you can see on top, I have this arcade 1-up, the countercade. I actually still have that in the box right next to my arcade 1-ups here, because my son has one as well. I got those for 50 bucks a piece from Walmart when they were running a special about a year or so ago, so I picked up one for each of us. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much most of this stuff here. But as you can see, my computer here is actually on this little brick platform. This was actually a pellet stove before. I sold it when my son was little because I didn't want him to get hurt. And you know, because he would have definitely got burned and kept going at it. So I did get rid of it. Maybe in the future I will get another one to replace it, but for now that's just a little platform that I have my computer on. You know, there's a little chimney kind of still coming through the wall that I do have closed off at the other end, but I just hung a cappy on the end of it because I don't want to get rid of it, because I may eventually you know, put another one there. But yeah, But as you can see, this is what I was talking about, just stuff kind of everywhere, things just stacked on top of stuff. Some things that I have displayed, you can't even see what they are, just because there's just things in front of it or whatever. And yeah, it's a bit overwhelming. And like I said, like a GameStop, just kind of threw up all over the place. So just kind of take you a look through kind of what I would see here in this room. But definitely my favorite place to hang out. I spend most of my time actually down here, pretty much gaming when I'm not working. Or not doing stuff with my kids and my wife. But this is the area right in here, I think that is definitely the worst. Just this pile really off to the left really does bother me. It's just all that stuff, I don't want to have it on the floor. I really need to get it up off the floor. And there's things in there that you wouldn't even have been able to see. Like right here, under all this stuff that goes, you know, all the way down to the floor, and that's probably about a foot and a half off the floor, and that is all books, magazines, Nintendo Powers, strategy guides, what have you. Just a lot of different books that I have nowhere to put them, and there is a couple right in there as well, but I need bookshelves for that stuff, and I need bookshelves for all these games. As you can see, I got all these Switch games just stacked here. Tons of big box games just kind of integrated here. You know, Monster Hunter Rise special edition there. You can't even see it, but I have Shantae and the Seven Sirens, the New Game plush under there. Let's see. Under this, we got Keanu Reeves from Cyberpunk kind of jamming out, hidden back there. Can't even see him. And just all the Switch games that I have just kind of stacked up here. These are all big boxes and stuff, just kind of, you know, stacked one in front of the other for Switch, PlayStation. It's just absolutely crazy. But more, you know, games back here. This is a tower with just PS4 games on it. You can't even see the last bottom couple layers. But there's pretty much stuff absolutely everywhere. And like I said, I have lots of extra consoles. That's kind of a good thing though, because if something ever happens with one or another, I will have backup. But even down by the fridge, I have, if you watch one of my newer pickup videos and free stuff, I got these Xbox 360s for free. Actually got 3 of them. One I know works. I don't know if these 2 work yet, but they're still to be tested. But, you know, you can see where they wound up, just sitting there on the floor, because I don't know where to put them. Well, yeah, guys, like, just look at this wall, just totally packed with just amiibos and just games that are just stacked up on top of each other. Yeah, definitely kills me to see that, and I do want to change that. Well, let me know in the comments if your game room is kind of at this point where you have just stuff absolutely everywhere and you don't know what to do with it. You know, and I know there's definitely some of you guys that have this problem, because I have talked to you, but you know, let me know your story. I'd love to hear it, and let me know if you have any ideas maybe that I could do. I know, you know, I had some friends actually suggest some different kinds of shelving, and definitely things I am taking into consideration when I do wind up getting that stuff. But this is the Overcrowded Game Room tour, guys, of 2021. So hopefully in 2022 I can actually make a video showing something different. But yeah, maybe I'll have these CRTs off the floor and maybe have, you know, 4 of these side by side on one wall, maybe with the arcade 1-ups or something. That would be really, really cool. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Till next time, guys.